Welcome back to Tucson, Arizona. My name is Dave Vincent alongside David Fink with the World Players of Handball. This is Icebreaker number 4, Sam Esser going up against Leo Canales here at Clark Park.
This is going to be a good one, Dave. Two junior and collegiate rivals. You remember in 2018, these two played in the finals of the Collegiate Nationals, one of the most memorable matches in the history of that event. 11-8 tiebreaker win for Leo. There's an air for Leo to start the match.
Leo didn't do that a lot back at the collegiate finals, I can guarantee you.
1, serve 0.
Nice day to be out here playing, Dave. Overcast, a little bit chilly, but these guys will warm up.
Nice rally.
Our referee is Sam Esser's dad.
Serves 1.
Oh, that's an amazing serve, Dave.
Leo does not use the traditional three-wall serve, which is kind of that shoulder height power drive. He hits it almost like a four-wall serve, very low. And he's able to make contact low and still hit the ball deep, and he has a lot of hop and a lot of power on that serve.
2, serves 1.
Now, Dave, is this the first time that Leo has played on these courts?
No, he played here in last March, actually.
Well, he has a pretty good command of that
1,
ceiling shot.
serves
Right.
2.
Although we saw Esser sliding in there with an amazing kill to end that side out, but
Serve.
I've seen two good, real good fish shots to the roof from Canales. And as soon as I say that, he was going to go for a ceiling shot overhand and just hits it out of the park.
2, serves 2.
Sam also with a great serve out here, and he's learning the three-wall game. He's played a lot of three-walls since he moved to town in June. And he's got all the skills for three-wall. He's got a very good left. He can take the ball out of the air with either hand.
3, serves 2.
That's a great shot right there.
Well, the two-wall pass can be very effective in three-wall if your opponent is up in the front court. And you saw it there.
4, serves
That's
2.
textbook. That's Paul Brady-like.
And that drops in. Perfect touch there from Leo, who is not afraid to use the fist. You'll see Leo hit a lot of fish shots out here, and look at that amazing serve.
Is that good? Yeah. 3, serves 4.
Oh, no.
Leo's trying to hit the ceiling there, hits the front wall, then the ceiling, and then the ball just rolls along this, what would you call that, Dave? The edge?
Yeah, I guess so.
Okay.
The upper paneling there, but it's an amazing shot. It makes you look at that and say, you know what, I might want to try that if I'm in that position.
You're going to try the front wall ceiling to the edge.
Well, it looks so easy.
Yeah.
4, serves
Yeah, all you have
4.
to do is miss the ceiling by about 3 feet, and with the right spin to then catch the ceiling after the front
Yeah,
wall.
it looks easy. But you could do that by hitting the ceiling first, right?
You could, yes, but you'd have to have the right angle. So you'd have to hit that with your left hand from middle to left side of the court and play it halfway between the
5, serves 4.
where you're standing on the side wall. Now Leo's starting to build a lead here. Sam has never defeated Leo, Dave.
6,
Looking
serves
for his
4.
first win here, and there's another ace for Leo Canales.
Now this is a reverse. Watch this. He goes over the top. Oh, sorry. We're going back on.
Well, that was a good example of the natural there.
And
from
then
Leo.
he comes with the
hides
reverse.
it very well.
Then he comes with the reverse.
You could see that reverse coming in slow motion. Look at that jump
Boy.
away.
But it's all set up from that first serve there that was
Right.
off to the left. Kind of playing a little
7,
mind game
serves 4.
with Esser.
And that's the right shot there. The first strike to the ceiling. And then doesn't capitalize. Last time these two played, Dave, was at the 2019 Race for 8 Light Mardi Gras,
4, serve 7.
where if you blinked, you missed the match. Leo won so quickly.
Yeah, that was a surprising finish. Although Leo was on top of the world at that time by, some recent success,
Okay.
as I recall. But I still felt like it was going to be close.
Right. Well, I think Sam Esser,
7, serve 4.
pre-pandemic, won more tournaments a year than anyone. Every time you turned around, Dave, he was winning a tall corn or Texas championships, pre-qualifiers, Bear Bash. You're not helping me out
4,
here.
serve 7.
It's okay, though. I'll just keep going. Leo has established himself in Phoenix to be in the WPH bubble for this match. He's been playing some handball out there, Dave, with the Ortegas. Also said before he went into that quarantine in Phoenix, he's been playing a lot of handball in El Paso. They open up the courts there.
Right.
So he feels pretty good about his game. He looks good here.
Well, he hasn't had the virus,
Mhm.
although people around him have. His family members all got it.
Right.
And some local handball members there, El Paso and Juarez, they also got it. But he didn't get it. He said he doesn't understand why.
Yeah.
His girlfriend got it. But
Well, Sam also had
Sam
it.
got it.
Yeah.
And he said he still feels the effects.
Right.
So Sam is here in Tucson. He's been playing ball, and probably more three-ball than he's ever played, obviously, since the pandemic started. But this tournament is really breaking the ice for others in other communities to start it up, start playing handball again. If you do it the right way, make sure to have the players go into a bubble, quarantine them, get enough space, social distance, follow the rules, and use proper hygiene. And that's what we're doing with these tournaments.
It's a nice serve there from Leo, Dave. I'm not sure if you call that an error from Sam. He had his hand on that one.
Well, it was such a good serve that
Okay.
I think he was early on that before the ball checked up. Avoidable?
No.
Are you seeing any screens there?
Not at all.
Okay.
These guys are calling their own screens.
No, I love it.
I don't think you'll see them call one hinder in this match unless someone literally runs someone over. 10-4.
Serves 4.
It's starting to get away from Sam here quickly, and that's definitely an error, right, Dave?
Yeah.
Okay.
He had enough time. He was going for the roof, and he hit the facade.
There's not much bailout on these courts. If you don't hit the ceiling perfectly, the ball will not be in play. That ceiling only comes back, 16 feet?
Yep.
Which sounds like a lot until you're trying to hit the ceiling from 42 feet back, and you realize that's a very small target.
Well, it looks like it's about 3 to 6 inches
Right.
from back there.
You don't realize when you're playing on a full ceiling how many of your ceiling shots are hitting the middle of the ceiling 25 feet back. And another unreturned serve for Sam.
13, serves 4.
See, again, Sam overcompensated, thinking that that ball was going to slide down the wall. It checks up, and he was a little in front of it.
14, serves 4.
That was the best rally of the match. Really nice defensive play there. I think Sam's COVID conditioning caught up with him there on the 17th shot of the rally. Got a little bit impatient there. But Dave, you saw after that 17-shot rally, and that one was 7, very little break between points from these guys. Right now we're looking for the ball.
Well, it seems like every time there is a break, Leo hits a ball to the roof and pushes Sam to the back, and Sam's doing even more running. Just no time to catch your breath. 16-4, we're going to 21. This is icebreaker number 4.
Serves 4.
Leo's very good at taking your time away on these courts. He tries to cut everything off, plays very fast, hits the ball hard, so you feel like you're never really getting set.
That was pretty systematic.
Well, you see Sam do that, and he can do it with either hand, and you kind of wonder, why aren't you doing that every time? He's got this great serve, great fly kills, but yet down 17-5, and he's not yet won an icebreaker match. 0 for 2, and he's down 6-17 here in his third icebreaker.
6, serve 17.
That ball looked like it was going to come out toward the middle, but it checked up on the front wall. And
Well, Leo put the right spin on that overhand shot so that the ball hit the side wall and straightened out. Hit the front wall, I should say.
17, serve 6.
smart.
Now, that was not a great serve from Leo, but Sam did not make him pay. Still gave Leo an opportunity in the front court there.
But you also saw Leo
18, serve
getting
6.
over to the left pretty quick on that serve. That's an amazing left there.
You have to realize, Dave, as a returner in 3-ball, half of the serves you're going to have either no play or barely a play on to return. So when you get one in the middle of the court,
19, serve 6.
you've got to take advantage and do more than that.
I really like Leo's system here.
20, serve 6.
And there it is. Leo Canales taking game number 1, 21-6. Taking a quick replay. He had about 5 fly kills there.
It seemed like he took at least 30 balls out of the air in that game. Not necessarily killing all of those, but just applying a lot of pressure.
Well, we're back for game number 2 here at Clark Park in Tucson, Arizona. This is icebreaker number 4 between Leo Canales and Sam Esser. First game went to Canales Jr. by the score of 21-6.
Guys ready? Yep. 0, serve 0.
That first game, a continuation of the last time these guys played in New Orleans a couple years ago, where it was all Leo Canales. We'll see if
0, serve 0.
Sam can turn it around here.
That was a smart shot there from Leo.
0, serve 0.
A fist tomahawk into the right corner.
But look at the spin.
Doesn't even seem like that would have the right spin to hit the right corner, but it
1,
worked.
serve 0.
That's a great return to serve. You see how he gets that one just high enough where Leo has to jump.
But not too high where it's going to be out of the court
Right,
if he
well,
lets it go.
in that first game, Sam gave Leo so many opportunities where the first strike, fly kill, was right around the waist. That one over Leo's head. Leo committed to the fly kill. It's the right shot.
If this were tennis, would Leo be a up at the net type player?
Like a serve and volleyer. Yes. Not many of those in today's game.
0 serves 1.
That's another way to take away the fly kill, that high two-wall V shot, which really can't be flied.
That's what I was just going to say. Is that how you neutralize a guy that keeps running up to the net?
Yes. Dipping the ball at his feet or over the head, or just blasting it past them. But I'm glad you brought up tennis, Dave, of course. And I know you've been studying your Sunday stats. Tennis actually was derived from handball.
Correct.
As you know.
Yeah.
Jeu de Paume.
1 serves 1.
Your good friend Dave, Joe Durso, actually calls handball tennis for savages. Read that last night on a Time magazine article preparing for an upcoming Sunday Stats, which I know you love. Your friendship, that is, with Joe Durso.
Oh, yes. He and I are
1 serves
besties.
2.
1-2 here in game number 2.
I've seen a lot of handball for only 3 points scored. Love that shot.
Kind of an inside-out poke.
Well, that's the kind of shot where no matter what you do, you're going to win the rally. So you can just really load up and crush it.
2 serves 1.
We've got a beautiful booth here, Dave, behind the court. I don't know if the cameras will get a shot of us in our booth or not.
Let's see. Oh, no. Just a replay.
Thought they were coming to the booth there.
I did, too. I was trying to take my sunglasses off.
Yeah.
Look presentable. My face mask on.
And Sam, once again, catching Leo with his hand in the cookie jar. That's what we call it on tour, Dave, when you're over-committing to the fly kill.
Well, it looked like Leo was way over committing to that. He was just an arm's length away from the front wall, it looked.
He looked like an Australian hitting a serve.
Boy, that ball just barely in. Haha.
No, no.
You don't get the laugh after I make a comment?
No.
Unrelated? And I don't understand these underhand fish shots from Leo in that position.
Well, you know my stance on fish shots, Dave. We've talked about this.
But wouldn't Leo have a better chance if he would just open up his hand and use a paddle?
Well, I think that on every shot. But others disagree.
And that one caught him in between wanting to fly it and then wanting to take it off the ground. He stopped and...
Well, Leo has this problem in four-wall also, the overcommitment to the fly kill. Sam is starting to figure out how to exploit that, which he obviously didn't in game number 1.
That should be played over, right?
No.
No.
No. Sam's going the wrong way. He still got his hand on it and had a pretty good chance at a re-kill there. Now, a referee would have called that over. That's the problem. Only the players know what shots they want. You can't expect a referee who's not in the action to see it as clearly as the players.
Oh, man, that was a pretty good rally right there.
That's nice.
Both players flying around the court. Leo had a couple open opportunities that he didn't put away.
Sam is just not putting the ball down thus far. He's had some pretty good opportunities, but he's not closing his stance. That's a beautiful ace, but Sam, you'll see with every kill shot attempt, facing the front wall and not really bending.
Let's take a look at this replay.
Dave, you're a hop artist here, but This is hit with power and still gets enough reverse on it where that just goes out the door.
Well, I think the key to that serve right there was the fact that it looked like it was a natural out of his hand. It didn't really,
5 serves 3.
he didn't telegraph that as a reverse. Kind of locks your legs a little bit.
But don't you think, Dave, playing the reverse is always smart because the natural you can always adjust to,
Yeah.
bouncing
Yeah.
into the side wall.
I think the reverse sets up the natural. And I think a lot of players don't realize that have a, pretty good grasp on the natural and the reverse. That they do it the opposite way. They do the natural, then go to the reverse. It should be more on the reverse than the natural. The natural is the one that really messes you up because you're kind of programmed to be skeptical, I think, as a retriever.
There's another one facing the front wall off his back foot.
6 serves 3.
That can be a factor of fatigue also. Fundamentals really start to deteriorate when you're tired. That was a return of serve that should have been high and forcing Leo back. Instead, he gives Leo this setup in the front court.
I really like that. That ender right there. See, that ball looked like a reverse out of his hand, but it was a natural. He hides it pretty well. Now, earlier in game number 1, we saw some really good serves from Leo, but it looked like he was telegraphing them all. I don't see a lot of telegraph here.
3 serves 7.
Sam dips that one into the ground. Normally pretty reliable from there with his left hand. These guys, Dave, have actually a lot in common. You'd have to say these are two of the best, if not the best, early to mid 20-something handball players in North America.
Uh-huh.
Or you want me to keep going?
Oh, I thought...
With their commonalities. I wasn't sure if you were
Yeah.
you were listening. Okay.
That's why I said uh-huh.
Okay.
Meaning
I
I
like
more.
that.
I want more.
Yeah. Both girlfriends are aspiring women's race grade players, good players in their own rights.
They both have darker hair. Does that count also?
It can.
Okay. All right.
Both of their girlfriends live in Arizona.
Well, I see where this is going.
Okay,
The commonalities are, wow, very
serves 8.
creative, I would say.
Mhm.
What else?
That's not enough for you. This is a tough crowd.
4 serves 8.
Both right-handed.
Yes. I was skipping the
Obvious?
obvious.
Oh,
yes.
okay.
Yeah.
I didn't think that Arizona.
You'd have to
comment-
say though, they're probably exactly the same height and weight. I mean, I'm just eyeballing it here.
Yeah.
Now, normally we do bring the scale to the Icebreaker, but we don't have it here today. Just didn't seem like they were too impressed with the commonalities. Want more? Can't blame you.
I just expect more.
There's a fist fly kill, kind of a bowling shot there, Dave. That was a real
8 serves 5.
close to the body, low to high swing.
It's another good serve from Leo.
On move, man.
These guys are really pushing themselves out here.
5 serves 8.
That was a terrible serve from Sam. Leo takes that with his left when he should have taken it with his right, and then
6 serves 8.
just completely gift wraps a point.
Yeah, Leo could have popped that ball down the left wall with his right hand. Done himself some favors.
I see Sam playing it pretty safe on that second serve. I don't think that's the right play in 3-wall. If you really look at the analytics
8 serves
behind what you're
6.
gaining on an aggressive serve, your chances of double faulting are less than 10%. Your chance of winning the rally with a weak second serve
6 serves
are
8.
less than 30%. So I think if you look at the probabilities, going for a big second serve is statistically the right play in 3-wall. Leo stands up there on that left-hand kill shot attempt, and the ball goes in the ground. That's the thing, Dave, about handball. You stand up and the ball goes down.
Because you're going over the top of it? Is that why?
Well, you're losing that angle. You're trying to hit the ball parallel with the floor. All of a sudden, you stand up and the ball's coming in from high to low. It's just not the right angle. When you come in from high to low, it's either going to hit the front wall and pop way up or hit the ground first.
Well, I thought at first that he tried to use a fish shot on that.
Maybe.
And Esser quietly is 1 point away from tying this. Esser hasn't had a lead at all in this whole match.
Now, this is where this court can become a little bit tricky, Dave, as you see the sun starting to peek in. So you're going to be hitting some shots in the sun and some in the shade. And if this match drags on, you're going to see that sun coming more into the court with the shade. There's another one where Leo is committed to that fly kill. Sam hits the right shot there, the high V. Now that is a shot you can go in the court and practice, Dave, by yourself. I don't see many people doing it. In fact, I've never seen anyone practice by themselves. So.
Great shot there from Sam.
Good shot.
Pretty smart. Sam knew that he had Leo back and forth. It gives you a lot of confidence to know that you executed the shot the way you wanted it, and then you come in and go for that kill shot.
He could have also driven a high ball there as Leo was running in.
I think he had a lot more safe options that would have got the same result.
Okay.
But deep down, you know that he's feeling confident that he controlled that rally for the first time in this match.
Does Leo hit any shots that aren't a fist? That's 4 fists in a row. Does that become, kind of like a habit? You can't get out of it? You just start fisting everything?
I think.
Would you call that a bad habit?
At times. I wouldn't call it all the time. I mean, it's hard to play somebody that does that.
I don't think so.
Well, you're good. Try being bad.
I just don't see
For
the
once.
control that you get from a fish shot.
Trust me, if you don't play somebody that does that regularly, it's strange. I mean, it might fool you once or twice, but you might catch up to it as well. I mean, it doesn't affect you at all, so I don't know why I'm even mentioning it.
That's a nice shot there from Leo, who gains that back foot leverage. And Dave, I know you follow the Wednesday workout very closely. Loading up on that back foot, so crucial.
Right.
Transferring that weight.
Yeah, back in the old baseball days, they used to call that cock and walk.
Wow, I like that. Oh,
More simpler terms, just saying that somebody has leverage,
right.
loading up on that back foot.
This is a great point here. Perfect 1-2 combination from Leo, who knows he doesn't have to hit that kill shot perfectly because he's got Sam pinned behind him. He uses his body as what Boak calls the 6 wall, Dave?
Mhm.
Is that right?
Okay.
11 serves 12.
And that's perfectly legal. The defensive player has no rights on the court.
12 serves 12.
This is really turning out to be a great game here. Both guys playing really nicely right now. That's 3 points on just 5 swings for Leo Canales.
Pretty impressive.
2 first strike fly kills and an ace.
13 serves
Great
12.
efficiency there from the El Paso kid.
Second serve.
Even throws in a San Antonio spoiler for good measure, Dave.
He has all the shots.
No.
Again, there's that fist shot coming back to haunt Leo.
Well, he scored 5 straight points without hitting a fist.
12 serves 14.
Move your feet, man.
Wouldn't call that the wrong shot there from Sam, but that's definitely a tough
14
shot.
Serves 12.
I liked what he was trying to do. I mean, if he just made the front wall, he would have got a point.
Right.
Serves 12.
There's a fist fly kill. Not a spoiler, though.
16.
Had a lot of
serves
requests,
12.
Dave, for an instructional video on how to hit the San Antonio spoiler.
Better yet, more. When do you hit it?
When? Well,
And-
as you know with the instructionals, Dave, it's a full
Right,
why, how, when.
Oh wow, that serve. They have to have a replay here. Look at this. Now that's a reverse. The ball checks. I mean, look at that.
That's amazing. If you were standing right there, you couldn't return that.
That's a pretty cool shot. Yeah, because you're just off the court.
17.
There's some pace
serves
on that
12.
ball as well.
Perfect return of serve. All you can really hope for in 3-wall is to get yourself into a neutral rally.
Man, that was one of the best returns of serve.
Well, your goal is just to get yourself into a neutral rally, and from there,
12 serves 17.
work your way into a winning position. But as you see there, an air on a
13 serves
relatively
17.
easy to return serve there from Sam.
See, I don't mind a fish shot right there in that position.
That was a great shot.
17 serves 13.
That's the problem when you serve with a strong hand. If you leave it in the middle of the court, you're pretty much dead.
Second.
You know, both of these guys are just good guys. It's nice to see a match where there's no arguing, no gamesmanship.
Does that count towards their commonalities? Because I was going to include that, but it seems kind of subjective. I don't like to be subjective.
Sometimes nobody would ever disagree with something like that. I mean, who would? Who
I like them
disagree?
both a lot.
But have you heard anybody else ever say that they don't? I've not.
No, but what makes someone a good guy? I mean, is there a criteria? Is it saying hello? I mean, don't get me wrong. I like them both.
Is there one person that doesn't like one of these guys
13 serves 17.
that you?
I don't know every person that they know.
Yeah, well.
My guess would be no.
Okay, well then.
But until I've done all my research, I mean, who am I to say?
Add it to the commonalities
Okay.
until disproven, just like all other commonalities.
Hard, come on.
You have to be pretty confident to take this shot here. I mean,
He
I
had
know
a very small window there. He threaded the needle.
14
well, it looks
serves
easy, but that's
17.
actually a hard shot to hit, and probably not even the smartest shot to hit.
Sam had to thread a lot of needles in Kansas, Dave. A lot of farming out there.
Sorry. You sure?
Do you thread needles when you're a farmer?
I don't know.
Okay.
I just thought there was hay involved when you're on a farm.
So you need a needle? Oh, needle and a haystack?
Yes.
Oh, okay. All right. Well,
It's great when you have to literally draw out the entire joke.
I
I mean,
17 serves 14.
you took me to a place there that I didn't think I would have had to go for that, but I did.
that's a tough serve. That sidearm, chest-high swing with your left falling backwards. Very tough shot. It's not a shot you'd ever hit in 4-wall.
Second.
These icebreakers, Dave, have become such a big deal that they're now being included on the Race for 8 roll of champions right alongside the 63 Race for 8 men's pro finals.
14 serves 18.
Well, how does a player get involved, and how do they get an invite to one of these?
Well,
That's what I want to know.
players have to be willing to quarantine themselves, get themselves into the bubble. They've all been invited.
So what do we have next then?
18 serves
Hoping
14.
you'd ask that.
As Canales serves here, trying to win game number 2, which would then essentially make him a champion.
Right.
Now at 19 to 14. And look at
Incredible
this.
serve here. We've seen so many of these.
That's a reverse again, right? Yep. And that's just out the door. No, it
Amazing.
just tips it
I count that.
as out the door.
Yes.
Yeah, me too. I think the key to that serve right there is the pace that he puts on it.
Yes.
Because if you do that without that type of pace,
Mhm.
then Sam's going to catch up to it.
19 serves 14.
2
Unless-
points now from the Icebreaker Championship.
Unless, Dave, you do that serve and just barely get it over the short line, then it can be effective as well.
Oh my gosh.
How do
That's
you
a
have the
sa-
right spin to keep that ball?
This is
up?
a San Antonio spoiler, and that had to be a miss hit. He hit that
14 serves
side wall at the
19.
restraining line. Let's circle that one on the scorecard because that would have given Leo the serve at 19-14. Now Sam with the side out and a quick point at 15-19.
15 serves 19.
There's that inside out open stance fly kill attempt. We've seen Sam miss that a few times. That time Leo misses it. I do think it's the right shot.
16
Need a
serves
little bit more
19.
angular momentum there going into the shot.
And Leo didn't use a fist.
Second.
That was an open hand.
Right. That's a nice return of serve. Gets lucky there. Leo's not going for that shot there. Didn't bend either. I mean, let's be honest, Dave. It's only a good shot if you hit it within 1 inch of where you're aiming.
Okay.
Yeah. Otherwise, what are you even doing?
Yeah. I've thought the same thing many times.
Thank you.
16.
Now match point here. Let's see if the Icebreaker pressure gets to Leo here.
Hit that one way too hard.
That ball was out?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, side out.
Definitely close, though. No?
16 serves 20.
3 feet.
Oh. I was applying more sunblock.
It's a perfect day to play, too. It really is.
Yeah.
Oh, I like that shot, Dave.
This is a
That's the
big
best-
time shot here. 46 feet. You're down match point. Serving, though.
17 serves 20.
So it's the right shot.
It's probably the best shot of the match.
That's a good one. Second right hand fist return a serve kill in the last 5 minutes for Leo. And Sam has to be asking himself, why would you hit that serve? Nice return of serve there. Perfect shot. Gets him this big setup. He almost missed that one, Dave.
Yeah.
That was not perfectly hit. Nothing about that was the way he wanted it, but it's good enough for a side out.
Well, you know that you have your opponent running in from behind you.
This is what I love about this. Ref your own. The referee would have stopped this point twice already. And that looked like a Karch Karai spike in beach volleyball.
Yeah.
18 serves 20.
Sam trying to force a tiebreaker here, Dave, after losing game one, 21-6. Can he do it?
Ooh. Another gutsy shot there.
He
Now-
kind of just willed that one in, Dave.
19 serves 20.
I like those deep serves.
Needs a good one here. I think that's a bad break for Sam. But he does come in serving with a new ball here. And that is a huge advantage out here, Dave, particularly at 19-20 when you're used to a certain speed. If this ball is even 5% faster, it could be trouble for Leo on the return. Just watching that ball thrown around, though, it looks more dead. It looks less lively than the one that just broke.
Serves 20.
We'll know it right away. And it is. The ball's very dead.
Will he go for it again? No.
Oh.
Are you kidding me? That was exactly what Sam wanted the whole rally, and he gets it and then he puts it in the floor.
Sam passed up about 4 offensive opportunities there and got the best shot he could hope for.
He should be serving at 20.
Yes.
No line. Yeah. You did say one.
Yeah.
And that ball hits the line. Let's see a replay here.
Wow.
Is that in, Dave?
19 serves 20.
I think it is. Yeah, I mean, you hit the line and there's a side out. I guess it doesn't matter, but
A third return to serve kill with the right hand fist from Leo.
when you hit the line here, it's good.
Right. I couldn't tell if that was on the line, though, or behind it.
I thought it was on it, but
20 serves 19.
because I even heard them say it hit the line.
All right.
They both confirmed that it did, but maybe they believe that. It's fine if they're playing that way.
Well, if you're not sure, it's in.
It's a tough one to leave regardless. Well, that's going to be a tough shot. Leo should put this away and misses his opportunity, and now Sam back in to serve one more time here to tie it at 20.
That ice sculpture, Dave, that goes to the winner is going to melt
serves
here.
20.
They see it out here.
Maybe you can store that sculpture where you store the handballs.
Well, it is 52 degrees on the court, so it takes a little while for the ball to warm up.
Ooh.
Referee would have called a hinder there, and that was not a hinder. Sam comes up just short there. Now, 4th match point for
20
Leo
serves
Canales.
19.
And there it is. Leo takes it.
Well, I think as fans, Dave, we were hoping to see a tiebreaker there because the action was getting so good, so exciting there at the end. We saw Leo needing 4 match points to clinch that, and Sam had 4 opportunities to score the 20th point.
Yeah, it was
So-
it was a fun ending. We will have more of these icebreaker challenges. Stay tuned. Tune in to WPHlive.tv. For Dave Fink, I'm Dave Vincent. Thanks for watching.